In an effort to alleviate poverty and reduce the high rate of unemployment in Mozambique, Tsebo Servco has developed a farm school initiative called the Fasenda Mizimo Farm Project. The initiative is aimed at creating a sustainable future for Mozambicans by training hundreds of local small-scale farmers to become commercially successful. More than 12,000 jobs are expected to be created through this project that will benefit thousands of Mozambicans. Now, joining us in studio this morning is the Chief Executive Officer at Tsebo Servco, Mr. Tim Makin. A very good morning to you, sir.
Morning, Eben.
An interesting project. Tell me why and how did you start this farm school initiative, and why do you think such an initiative is so important to Mozambicans and Mozambique's wider economy?
Well, I think, first of all, our operation in Mozambique called Servco has a significant amount of business up in the Tet province area. The easy way to trade there, certainly in our catering elements, is to just bring our needs through from South Africa and small items from Maputo, but that doesn't service the communities that we operate within. So we took a decision that rather than doing the normal CSI of writing a check and feeling good about yourself, to truly get involved and develop with one of our suppliers a real legacy project that would add true value long after Servco has maybe reduced its operations in Tet province.
What will you be training in or teaching in these schools? Is it a fact that maybe students will be able to get the equivalent of a diploma or degree in agriculture or farming aspects when they go through these programs? No,
it's not leveled at that kind of quality. What it's designed to do is take the small growers who's historically grow what their fathers taught them to grow, and their fathers taught them to grow, to say, first of all, let's test your soil and see what you should be growing there. Then the market can absorb this range of crops. Why don't you grow those rather than just what you think you should be growing? And then there's a significant body of training through the classrooms we've developed that teaches the guys on the farms about crop rotation, about the various forms of irrigation, generator maintenance, and then there's a sidearm that teaches them the basic commercial elements of running a small business.
The 5-year outlook for this project, where would you like to see this project in 5 years' time?
I think certainly if we can get the 4,000 hectares fully up and running, which is very, very feasible, then that first stick in the ground will have been achieved in terms of the 3 jobs per hectare. And we believe, although we can't measure it yet, there's a substantial amount of secondary work in terms of people coming up as bookkeepers, people becoming maintenance guys for the tractors. There is a lot of junior work. Some of the ladies are already stepping forward to start growing seedlings and become business ladies in that element to supply the small growers.
Well, I wanted to ask you about empowerment of women within these communities. Is that also then a key element of the project?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of the ladies need to be around the home because of the work they do with the family, and going into the seedling business, going into the bookkeeping business allows them to do that while earning a living that was previously outside of their reach.
And what about the reaction from the local communities, but also from the Mozambican government with the kind of project and the outlook that you're putting forward?
It's been very, very strong. In fact, when we officially opened it, the past president, Gabuza, came himself to officially cut the tapes and open the project. We also have won awards through Orlindo, our farm manager. He's received significant donations of farming equipment and tractors from government because of the work and the potential of this site.
Now, a little bit earlier, we started the show off by talking about food shortages that are looming. We spoke to the UN about this, food shortages that are looming in Southern Africa. This project will be affected by drought because Southern Africa has been affected by drought in the last decade, really. How do you expect this how the climate to affect the project that you do?
Well, I think that what we'd like to see is the model in a very small way in comparison to your previous piece. where we've taken land that was essentially sustaining families, and we are now drawing 30 tons of produce a month from it on a very small scale through maybe 100 hectares. Imagine the tonnage on 4,000 hectares, and the potential if this model can be replicated, for instance, in Zimbabwe that you were talking about before. We want to replicate it in Cabo Delgado as well.
We talk about that Zimbabwe used to be the breadbasket of Africa, really. Do you foresee these kind of projects being the let's call it the match that can light the fire of really bringing farming back into Southern Africa, despite the weather or the climate?
We would hope so. It needs time to prove itself and get some legs and some inertia of its own. But I think in time to come, people will look at these kind of projects and say, we need to be part of that.
Thank you very much for joining us. That is the Chief Executive Officer at Tsebo Servco, Mr. Tim Makin, joining us this morning, of course, talking about a unique project in Mozambique where small-scale farmers are becoming commercially successful with the help of Servco there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.